What's going on guys, Messi here and welcome to a brand new video and welcome to another transfer update episode today. We have got a lot to get through because the rumours are definitely starting to pick up now, and one in particular does include Raheem Sterling. So just before we get started, if you could do our good stuff by leaving a like rating, press the subscribe button if you're new, and press the bell notification next to it so you never miss an upload. And by the way, the uploads will definitely start to be more regular now, and I know I say it a lot, but I want to get back in a routine. And finally, in the comment section below, who has been your favourite team to watch so far this season? Right, let's get started with the very first rumour today, and it's about Mario Mandzukic, and apparently he is very keen on making a return to Bayern Munich. The source for this one is going to be Calcio Mercato, and it does seem now he's definitely heading for exits at Juventus. He has been massively linked to Manchester United as well, but he would welcome the opportunity to head back to Germany. Whereas the Daily Mirror are saying he will reject Manchester United and instead go for a lucrative move to the Qatar Stars League, in particular to Al Hilal. That's the same team that Benatia went to from Juventus, so they've done previous business. A very strange transfer that nearly went through last week is Jack Rodwell, and he nearly made the move to Roma. I haven't really seen Roma's injury crisis right now, but apparently they have picked up a lot of injuries in the midfield area, and he would have been a free transfer. He was set to undergo a medical, but they've now rejected that chance or gone against the chance, so he still remains without a club. A player definitely making the move though is going to be Gareth Barry. He re-signed for West Brom on a free transfer because he was initially a free agent as a deal until the end of the season. That's after winning his fitness battle following knee surgery, and he said he didn't want to retire on an injury. Manchester United, Tottenham and Paris Saint-Germain are all keen on Ajax goalkeeper Andre Onana, according to The Telegraph. He's under contract at the Eredivisie Giants until 2022 and has left the door open to a potential move to Barcelona. He said a couple weeks ago or a couple days ago that Barca tried getting him in the summer window, but he thought right now it is probably too early to go. And if he was to make a move elsewhere, it'd be a fee in the region of 40 million euros. Inter News are saying that Barcelona star Arturo Vidal is to turn down a lucrative offer from China and instead wants the chance to play for Inter Milan. The Chilean will turn a deaf ear to interest from Shanghai SIPG and is keen to link up with Antonio Conte, his former coach at Juventus. Defensa Central are saying that Real Madrid are interested in signing Scottish left-back Andy Robertson. They claim that La Liga giants have been scouting the Liverpool fullback now for some time, and they see him as a long-term replacement for Marcelo. However, the report also indicates Liverpool's valuation of the Scot it'd be too great of an obstacle. And the thing I don't really get about this rumour is the simple fact that they signed Ferland Mendy is like a £50 million deal. He's apparently the long-term replacement for Marcelo. Gianluca Di Marzio is reporting that Chris Smalling could complete a permanent transfer to AS Roma from Manchester United this week. The fee itself will be around 12 million euros plus 3 million in bonuses, and apparently both Milan sides are also showing interest. Tuttosport in Italy do say that Juventus sent scouts to Anfield to watch Liverpool's recent game against Tottenham. They were scouting Christian Eriksen, Heung-min Son and also Mohamed Salah. Now, apparently they can't afford Salah, so he's kind of not really too realistic of a target. But as for Christian Eriksen in particular, he will be a free transfer next summer. And quite possibly Spurs could look to cash in for a smaller fee in January, just so he doesn't go on a free. And yet another article mentioning Salah this time is going to be from Don Ballon. They say Real Madrid are lining up a 130 million euro or £112 million bid for the Liverpool star. It will be in the summer window, so not in the January window coming up, and apparently the Egyptian is willing to consider a move to the Santiago Bernabeu. It's because Real could be selling Gareth Bale and they want to replace him pretty much. Tottenham have told Inter Milan they will not sell Belgian defender Jan Vertonghen in January, but the Italian side hope the 32-year-old will join on a free transfer in the summer window. That's according to The Guardian. Then we have a pretty interesting story from Calcio Mercato again. This time they are saying that Luka Modric is set to leave Real Madrid in January, with a club ready to accept offers in the region of 10 million euros, or around £8.6 million. The 34-year-old has fallen out of favour under Zinedine Zidane this season, making just 2 starts in all competitions, and Los Blancos are willing to let him leave in order to find regular first-team football elsewhere, and in the past has been linked to AC Milan and their rivals Inter. The Daily Star have got a very short one saying that both Barca and Man City are interested and set to compete for the signing of Uruguay international and Juventus midfielder Rodrigo Bentancur. He's 22 years old, and a couple weeks ago, apparently Barca and City were also interested in the same player. That time it was Fabian from Napoli. Then we got one from Don Ballon yet again. They're saying Robert Lewandowski's agent is trying to convince Real Madrid to launch a bid for the Bayern striker. The agent has contacted Real's president Florentino Perez to discuss the possibility of a deal, and it makes sense because Lewandowski this season, he has been unreal. I still stand by the opinion that as of right now, Lewandowski is the best number 9 in the world, the best striker, and his numbers are definitely backing that up. Antenna 2 are saying Juan Fernando Quintero will leave River Plate in December. That's because he's agreed to join an MLS club. As of right now, the American side is remaining unnamed, so we'll find out probably in the next few weeks. But he also rejected a move to China and Europe during the summer window. Apparently though, he will be on the move because an irresistible offer has come his way from the United States, but as I keep saying, the club, we don't know who it is just yet. Calcio Mercato do report that Bayern are still keen on signing Manchester City forward Leroy Sané. They're only willing to offer £69 million or 80 million euros though for the 23-year-old, who is right now is out of an injury. ESPN Brazil are saying that Flamengo are looking into the possibility of signing Paris Saint-Germain forward Edinson Cavani. It would be in the summer window rather than a winter transfer, and it'd also be a free deal because his contract at PSG is expiring. He has been linked to a move to David Beckham's Inter Miami massively, so that isn't definitely off the table just yet, but Flamengo are definitely interested. And now a striker that could be staying at PSG this time, according to Gazzetta dello Sport, is that PSG are expected to make Icardi's loan move from Inter Milan on a permanent basis. It's set to cost around £60 million or 65 million euros, and to be fair to him, he's scoring goals. And now we have got a man that featured in the last episode, and that is Zlatan Ibrahimovic. And last week I was saying that Napoli are interested, as well as a potential return to Spain. But it turns out the video he done saying like, I'm coming back to Spain, that was for his betting company, so nothing to do with football. But now there's so many rumours about his next potential destination. So many reports in Italy are suggesting that he could be on his way back to the Serie A and join Bologna. Their sporting director has said we'll do everything to make this madness happen. His agent Mino Raiola has already started talks with the Serie A side about an 18-month deal, and it would cost Bologna around €8 million to complete it. The club though are confident of raising the money and sealing the deal, but Marco is saying he could be returning to AC Milan. Whereas some reports are saying he could be going back to United, but an interesting one from the West Australian is the Australian club Perth Glory are actually trying to get him in now and then let him go in January. So they want to bring him in on a very short stint, which would allow him to join a European club in the winter window, and for him that could be fairly interesting. A chance to play in Australia, I imagine a decent amount of money for doing so, and still get that move to Europe in the winter transfer window. The Daily Express are saying that Real Madrid boss Zinedine Zidane is keen on signing Arsenal defender William Saliba, who is currently on loan at St Etienne. The 18-year-old France youth international joined the Gunners from St Etienne for £27 million this summer before joining his former side on a season-long loan. Now, he's yet to make a single appearance for Arsenal, but given how their current form and the state of the club is right now, if Real Madrid come knocking, he might be very tempted to move already. Manchester City are looking at Real Sociedad's Spain forward Mikel Oyarzabal, sorry I said his name wrong by the way, as a potential replacement for Leroy Sané. That's according to Sky Germany, and he was linked to them back in the summer window. Juventus will reportedly sell Emre Can in January according to Calcio Mercato. The former Liverpool man has fallen down the pecking order in Turin, and the report claims he is keen on a move and a return to Bayern Munich. Paris Saint-Germain are also interested, as well as Real Betis and Sevilla. I mentioned the story from Sky Sports last week that apparently Man United are also trying to get him. So despite his current situation at Juventus, the offers on the table definitely won't be short, and he's still a decent midfielder. But according to Le 10 Sport, however, the SM PSG are reportedly interested in signing him, and as of right now are the favourites. Agent Mino Raiola has approached Barca about the possibility of signing the striker from Salzburg, that is Haaland. He's a 19-year-old striker who so far has got 6 goals in 3 Champions League appearances, and he apparently cost 65 million euros if a deal was to happen. And there's so many teams interested. Man United seem to be favourites according to other outlets, Napoli, Juventus, Real Madrid. He's a very in-demand player. Real Madrid playmaker Isco remains a transfer target for Juventus according to reports in Italy. The Spain international has been heavily linked to a move to the Serie A champions in the past, and interest from the Turin club may be rekindled in 2020. Liverpool want to sign Timo Werner in the winter transfer window or potentially in the summer window next year, but they could face competition from Man United, and apparently the Old Trafford club, they do believe that the promise of more regular first team football, it could potentially help them beat Jurgen Klopp to the signing. Timo Werner does apparently have a £27 million buyout clause, though I've heard like €40 million. That's according to the Daily Mirror. But according to other outlets, in particular Daily Express, Liverpool are trying to agree a deal similar to what they got for Naby Keita. So they signed Timo Werner in January and loaded him straight back to Leipzig. But of course, for the Naby Keita deal, it was a whole summer transfer window in advance, so I have to wait and see how it pans out. Now moving on, according to Mundo Deportivo, they're saying Inter striker Lautaro Martinez is open to the possibility of joining Barcelona. The Spanish champions see the 22-year-old as the ideal long-term successor to Luis Suarez, with his current market valuation set at over €100 million. But the Inter Milan CEO Giuseppe Marotta has dismissed the talks of the Argentine forward leaving the club, especially going to Barca. And now we have got a few stories about Gareth Bale, and the very first one is from Marca. They say CSL or Chinese Super League side Shanghai Shenhua have again been linked with a Real Madrid forward. They were trying to sign him during the summer transfer window alongside a few other CSL sides, and Bale did fly to London to meet with his agent on Monday, so that is a week ago now for you guys, as he's still uncertain about his Real Madrid future. But according to Sky Sports now, Real Madrid are preparing to test Man City's resolve with an audacious offer. They're offering Gareth Bale plus £70 million in exchange for Raheem Sterling. Privately, Man City are not particularly interested in signing Gareth Bale though, and in particular their manager Pep Guardiola. So if they don't or can't include Gareth Bale in any type of deal, they have to pay a fee similar to what PSG paid for Neymar, £198 million. Now, the thing I don't really get about this rumour itself is that they try and they hint that Man City want a world record fee, but they also say £70 million plus Gareth Bale, so are they saying the Welshman is worth £120 million? And the final two being mentioned in the episode are going to be first up from the Daily Mirror. They're saying Manchester United are weighing up an £18 million transfer suit for Bayer Leverkusen star Kai Havertz. He is very heavily in demand with the likes of Bayern Munich, Man City, I think Barca, Real Madrid. Many teams do want his services, and he would cost upwards of the 18 million quoted. And the final one then is going to be a confirmed deal, and that's Kazuki Honda going to Vitesse in the Eredivisie. He's got a contract until the end of the season, and his previous club last season was in Australia playing for Melbourne Victory. But that, guys, is going to be it for this video. So if you could do that good stuff by leaving a like rating, press the subscribe button if you're new, and press the bell notification next to it so you never miss an upload. And finally, in the comment section below, who's your favourite team to watch in this current season? So thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you next time.